If everything eventually funnels to you, you're not burned out. You're the escalation point. There's a difference. Burnout is depletion. Escalation is sustained vigilance. And those feel similar on the surface, but they are not the same thing. If you're the dependable one at work, things don't just happen around you. They move through you. Questions, approvals, tension, uncertainty, risk. You are the final stop before something moves forward. And that role has a cost. Not because you're weak, not because you can't handle responsibility, but because escalation changes how your nervous system operates. When you become the escalation layer, your brain learns something. If I miss something, it lands on me. So it adapts. It starts scanning earlier, anticipating sooner, modeling outcomes before they happen, tracking tone in meetings, tracking risk in email threads, tracking implications that no one else is thinking about yet. That's not burnout, that's vigilance conditioning. And vigilance doesn't switch off just because the workday ends. If you've ever felt physically tense before the day even starts, or noticed that you can't fully relax even when nothing is actively wrong, this is often why. Escalation keeps your system slightly elevated all day. Cortisol doesn't spike dramatically, it just never fully settles. That creates a feeling of low-grade pressure, the kind that makes you think, I must be burning out. But here's the shift. Burnout says, I have nothing left. Escalation fatigue says, I am carrying everything. Those are different problems, and they require different responses. You don't necessarily need less work. You need fewer escalation loops. Right now, escalation likely looks like this. Something surfaces, it gets discussed, it gets analyzed, and then it moves upward. To you. Not because you asked for it, but because you've proven you'll handle it. Over time, that becomes organizational gravity. Everything rolls toward the most stable person in the room. That's not incompetence from others. That's competence bias. People unconsciously transfer cognitive load to the person who feels safest. And if that's you, you become the shock absorber. Here's the issue. Shock absorbers wear down silently. So what do? Not dramatic boundaries, not withdrawing, not becoming less competent. You introduce friction into the escalation pattern. Here's one practical shift. Require one proposed solution with every escalation. If something comes to you, it comes with an attempt attached. Not perfection, not a fully solved plan, but a thought-out starting point. This does two things. First, it redistributes cognitive effort. Second, it interrupts automatic upward transfer. Now escalation becomes intentional, not reflexive. There's a second shift that matters. Create one defined non-escalation window each day, 30 minutes, 60 if possible. A period where you are not the decision layer, not checking escalation channels, not responding to tension, not absorbing uncertainty. Your nervous system needs evidence that it is allowed to exit vigilance. If you never demonstrate that safety, it will never stand down. This isn't about doing less, it's about carrying differently. If your days feel heavy, ask yourself this: am I burned out? Or am I the escalation point? Those require different solutions. Burnout needs rest. Escalation fatigue needs structural adjustment. If you're the last stop before things move, you're not alone. Comment escalation if this resonates. And subscribe to Heavy Days for clear thinking under pressure.